Got the thing up. I can't hear myself though. Let me see. The monitoring is off. I guess you. Yeah, I guess you guys can hear me, so it's fine. All right. So. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna do Radical Red Rider, and I am redoing this mountain thing. I got a concept going for it now. It's like a full-on complex now. I guess I'll start with this. I guess I'll say the timing is different because like there's people here, so I might need to leave, but that'll be done by the end of this week. So next week will be like regular times. All right. Now I think I'm having some issue because it has to be this size. I think I have to make everything utterly gigantic. I think that's my issue. The scale is off. Like if the people are like that big, like if you're that big, then this is utterly huge. Like these are humongous. I probably have to look at like how other games have done this sort of scale. We'll get to Radical Red Rider in a second, but I'm just doing some mountaintop stuff. I think I just have to clean this up because it has to be as clean as the stuff in the front. So but yeah, I went to Anime Week in Atlanta. It was okay. I was invited this time, which is great. Um, to exhibit the game, and it was nice. They were nice, but I think the location was kind of bad. They were kind of experimenting on locations, whether they're gonna go with the artist alley or like what they did last year, which was like connected to the arcade. It wasn't great, to be honest, because like a big problem was that people we were facing like the arcade was over there. It was over there, and we were like I was facing away from it, right? So if people were coming in, like sort of the first thing they would see is uh the arcade, and then look at us, and it'd be like the back of our booths, which didn't have like the backdrop, right? So it kind of like I think that's a really goes a long way to making it look legit is to having backdrops, or like the black curtains in the back, and that makes it look really really nice. There was but there was like you had it's just a space. It's not like you could have just brought up that setup actually. So I do know that now I can bring tables. I can bring the tables myself, so I can bring an extra table if I have to these exhibits. But I think the next time I'm gonna go, I might go like Artist Alley because I'll need like a lot of art though, a ton of art to sell these things. I was looking through the Artist Alley while I was walking past it, but like a lot of stuff didn't happen. A lot of people didn't show up. That was the main thing that ended up happening here. Tons of people just did not show up to the thing. Like we were kind of just like Thursday, I think by the end, obviously Thursday, I mean people have work and it doesn't stay open that long. So people show up at the very end. They did buy stuff, which is good. I think this is like the best in terms of money I made, which isn't much like at all. Friday was even worse though. A lot of people didn't even come Friday. It was very slow. Saturday, there was like a point where it was like constant flow, but it's kind of hard to describe. I think like I can write it like this. Like if I get like a black. You have the convention area, right? Actually, no, it was even like convention area was huge. So there's there's like the entrance was like over here. Like that was the entrance. And then immediately you have like the VR stuff over here. The arcade is over here. Also the arcade and like the games and the tournament and stuff is over here. Um like Smash and fighting games. And then we're like, actually no, VR was only this big. We're like over here. Like that was our whole thing. Excuse me. That was our whole area. It might be even smaller like that. Because like for the most part, all this space was like taken up by cars. There was tons of cars there, like a big car show, and like this was us. So we're like there's not a lot of space for us here in general. This is kind of our thing. Um, and then this was like this was actually connected to the gaming area. The gamer subs I think was there. Then there was food in the back. It was all food. Um, and then there was like an exit here as well. But yeah, we were like kind of tucked in here. It wasn't like cordoned off. There wasn't like a I think it was called Indie Village. There wasn't like a big entrance to it. We were kind of shut off from like we should have been here, like with the arcade and the games. And we like before. I think last time they were like over here. That's where they used to be, the indie games. But this time we were like cordoned off to the side, which I didn't like. It's a little weird. Let's clean this up now so I can actually put it in game. Gotta make sure it doesn't get dead. One second. I'm getting a lot of like commercials for David, the movie. I don't, I'm not super interested. But it's like constant commercials. Probably because I just said it, they're gonna give me more commercials. Like they're hearing me. No need to fear. Dark Sun is here. Hey, Dark Sun. How you doing? I'm just working on Radical Red Rider and getting the last few elements in. Who's the jester? That's Joker. Is Joker. I believe it's a girl. She was in the chat. Is it Joker 249? I can't actually. Let me see. Let me see. Joker 124. They're in chat, so that's why Jinx is the cow, and if I move this, there's Last Gogeta, which is like a blue hedgehog with a sword. Hey, how's the con weekend? Looking forward to the holidays. Say last Gogeta, how you doing? Last Gogeta jump scare. Yeah, too many questions at once. Oh my god. Con week was okay. We were kind of put in a weird spot. Typically they just give us booths with the rest of the vendors. That's what I normally get. But this time we were like if this was the whole area, this giant, it was like the giant warehouse section. You have the entrance over here. You have an egg. You have like a. This is the outside. You would have VR place over here, and then we were over here. We were actually kind of like this. That was us. And then you would have the arcade and the tournaments over here, sort of, because, and then actually there was also like I think Gamer Subs was like right here or something. But the main thing was like there were so many cars. They put the cars in with everybody, and they were like taking up. Actually, they took up all the space. They bisected um, the video games, the fighting games, from the arcade, and the arcade from us. So then I think actually we were then there was the food and the restrooms up here. Um, and then this was like actually this was more like a viewing area. That was more for video games. So we were like over here, and it wasn't. You were near the anime cars too. Yeah, I was. Yeah, the I was right next to the anime cars. They kind of pushed us in. Actually, the anime cars went all the way over here. We were kind of boxed in. Also, we were facing away, so like they would come in through here, and we were kind of. And this is the arcade, and we were kind of face away from them. Um, and we didn't have the black curtains. We just had the it was just open, so they could see the back of my booth, which is had all the wires and the garbage. And we didn't have any like I didn't have I couldn't put the poster up because I didn't have a backdrop. So I have to think about that next time. The anime cards weren't only in some corner near the entrance or to the side. Nope, smack dab in the middle of everything. There was a ton of them as well. There were some cool cars. There's some like classic or like old Japanese cars. There's the Porsches. Obviously, all the ones with the wraps around them. Yeah, so it was really slow on Thursday up until the very end, where actually it made even people like bought stuff, and then it was very like very slow Friday. I don't know what the deal is. This is two cons in a row. You had MomoCon, and I think this one, three ones. MomoCon, Southeast Game Exchange, I think was the same, and this one were like really slow on Friday for some reason. It picked up on Saturday, but it wasn't nearly as much as MomoCon when they put us right in the middle of the vendors, um, which I feel can be which I feel is a little more interesting. Like they have, you have a better presentation. You can make yourself look more like a vendor. Um, but I think the biggest part was that we were in a really bad position because before they put the indie games right here, right next to the arcades. I was told, but so we were like facing. There was the arcades here, and then they were all facing their booths towards the arcade, and it was like just part of it. But they said this was sort of an experiment, so who knows. But it's good that they invited me, so I didn't have to pay for the booth. That was good. Um, weekdays tend to be worse, but I imagine indoor paid cons tend to do worse close to Christmas, and especially if another con event is up. Yeah, I've been thinking this is the last one though, then the last major one. I'm pretty sure, but I was hearing that there's first of all a downturn anyway because 2025 has been terrible in general for everything. Um, but yeah, Christmas might be a part of it. People don't have the money really for coming into these things. But I appreciate them for inviting me. You know, not like I wouldn't go again. I just kind of realized like my main thing was that I was unprepared. That's what bothered me. I was very unprepared for this. I didn't like I didn't print my stickers out in advance, and then my printer broke, so I didn't really have any. Um, I didn't have any new prints. That's like new prints, not like I had the old ones, but not the new ones, and that's kind of pretty unacceptable. So I'm gonna be working on them. Yeah, the email was nice after it was. Though I did like the offer. Did anyone come to your table specifically for you or Ace on the Moonlight? I don't think so. Um, people did see it on Twitter though. A couple people told me they saw this on Twitter because Twitter has been showing the game, thankfully. That's good. Being recognized is sign things are working. Yeah, finally. I think there's been an algorithm change recently. There's been a ad blocker and algorithm change. I think first of all, it's pulling people towards shorts a lot. So so that's probably why I got so much growth. So it is slowing down quite a bit because I have to make the shorts a little better. Yeah, it's really slowing down. But how was your weekend or week because I wasn't here last week? Good. Just looking forward to the holidays for a family and a bit free time. Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna keep doing this. I got a plan for next year when I actually set a bunch of things up. Yeah, turn that off silent. Ugh. Alright, I think I'm overdoing it. So, gonna move on to this next one right here. So this is kind of how I think about this. So you have the light from whatever direction. That means a shadow has to come from the other direction. So if like you think about it like you can think about it like a ball, or you can think about it like a square. One second. I assume you heard about the Vincent Pella news. Yeah, yeah, that's sudden, but I guess it was a car crash. Like the guy who co-created like a Respawn, so like that was like Titanfall and stuff. And the guy who created Call of Duty. Very sad. Very, very sad. He's only on like 50, actually. Let me actually see some more info about this. Oh, that's young. Yeah. Let's see. Call of Duty, Titanfall, Apex Legends, Jedi, Star Wars Jedi series, and Battlefield. Well, he was working with Battlefield. Jeez. Titanfall is an amazing series, though. I didn't play Call of Duty much, but I really did like Titanfall, especially two. I'm kind of actually surprised how like creative Titan. To this day, how creative Titanfall 2 is. Like every level is just it's like Nintendo like in how it just takes an idea and rolls with it all the way, and then just does another thing. Yeah, it's tragic. Even if I haven't played too many titles from Steam, yeah. I mean, the good guys like so much, so much influence. He's done so much. He's changed the industry so much. Several times, like not just with Call of Duty, but also with Titanfall or like with Apex. I guess Titanfall. Yeah, he actually did bring back a lot of movement shooters at Titanfall, so that is a big change. And then Apex Legends, obviously. And he also worked on Battlefield. I want to play Titanfall 2, but I've been affected for the bug, which makes aiming in modern games that gyro or we feel really bad. Is it on PC? Did I not play it on PC? Oh no, you don't have the keyboard. That's right. We remote mouse. Okay, I see. Hmm. It is really fun. At least the single player is really fun. If you don't have to play the multiplayer, but the single player is really fun. It's on PC, but my specs won't hack. I see. I don't know. I would like to have met him. I can wait. Yeah. Okay. I think my favorite. Oh my god, the level with the Oh, actually, I won't say anything. Never mind. You didn't play it. I won't say anything. There are some really fun levels in Titanfall 2. Titanfall 1 was multiplayer only. Okay, so I think I see some of the problem. Okay. So here, so I think about it. There's like this one, you'll have a cube that has a shadow. Excuse me. You'll have the light, and then you'll have like a couple of things we have to do. So you know what? I have to do a circle. I have to do a circle. Yeah, the shadow side, the light side. And then you'll have like the reflected light right here. And then you'll have the, the what was this Fresnel reflection? Fresnel, Fresnel reflection. Um, it's more apparent in shiny things. Trees aren't shiny, but it looks good. So you have that, which is a little too subtle right now. And then you'll have like some more atmosphere back here, and that will go into the shadow. That'll like push things backwards away. There's also like a skylight as well. And yeah, of course you have like the, what's this called? Foreshadow, stuff like that. Which I guess is the actual shadow. The darkest point, and that's kind of how I'm thinking of it near the halftone as well. And you also have a highlight, but it's hard to see, so again, trees aren't that shiny. One second. I'll be right back. So a big problem here we have is that this area is way too bright because like it needs to go down in intensity to pull focus. So, so like this should be the area. Really, this should be the area of focus. So like, I should pull this down a little bit more too, and then I can add a highlight, but not like a big highlight. Not too much of a color change, though. Like You can. It's like it's not like it's like an issue. I just want to make it like if I just make this even more high contrast, it will look nice. It just looks nice even if it isn't realistic, especially for like a game like this. It's very stylized. Are you big on Apex Legends? Or is anyone big on Apex Legends? I played a little bit and then I stopped. I liked it only because it was 75 people, so that was like shorter and the maps are smaller. But I didn't play it that much. I'm not like a battle royale guy. Mm. I'm not a multiplayer shooter guy at all. I didn't even play Splatoon 1 online. Oh. I like the idea of high mobility shooters, but maybe my beef is with online itself. Yeah, I mean, online is always going to be like a gimped version of what a game is. Splatoon 1, I think, is a great. Splatoon is a great movement shooter. It's not going to be classified as that probably, but it is a great movement shooter. I need a little bit. I mentioned it before, but the last shooter I played was a lot. Well, a lot was an anti-movement shooter. We move like glaciers in Steel Diver Sub Wars. Nice. That's kind of weird. Like, I think I had. So this would have happened. Like, Halo. Love Halo. Halo 3 is a great game. And but thing was, like, I had played Doom: The Dark Ages just before I played Halo 4 again. I was replaying Halo 4, and it got like so frustrating because I didn't realize why. Because I was like, it didn't help that like Halo 4, there really isn't that much ammo, and a lot of the enemies are repetitive and really strong. So you're constantly switching weapons to like just worse and worse weapons. But I think my major problem was like I just played Doom: The Dark Ages. I hadn't played one of these slower shooters in a long time. Um, and I just realized that that's why I was getting so frustrated with Halo 4, because like I wasn't used to not just running in constantly with everything I have. You also don't get a lot of help with Marines, so you don't have like a guy to drive the Warthog with you most of the time. Um, so it becomes a lot slower. Even though I still love Halo 3, I did play Halo 3 multiplayer, which is great. Are there any slow games that you like specifically due in part to that? I know Souls is on your list. Slow games, I guess I would say Halo 3. I do like the Halo 3 and 4. I just played it too soon next to Doom: The Dark Ages and Doom Eternal and all that, and Titanfall and Quake. I played a little bit of Quake Champions. Slow games, Brawl is a slow game. I like it, opens up new options, so I like that. Not sure I call Halo slow, but I guess relative to some other games, Brawl and Halo seem like they were made for older people. Yeah. I know FPS this was gonna be quite toxic around boomers wanting less mobility. Yeah, are they considered boomers? Around boomers wanting less mobility in COD Battlefield? Man, like who are the people who love Doom and Quake? They're just all dead. But yeah, I mean FPS is gonna be like the most popular genre, especially in America. We love our guns. Um, there's a lot of chatter about skill-based matchmaking, but I still don't understand the problem. I guess I'm not playing those games itself. Yeah, I don't. I think that we talked about before. There's only one singular argument I have heard against skill-based matchmaking that's worth any time, and is that it lets you experiment. Um, so if you're constantly put up against people who are your skill level, you can't really do anything quote unquote off meta or experiment much because you're just gonna get destroyed. But it's overwhelmingly like you need it because it's like what's the alternative? You destroy a bunch of noobs. That's the thing. Like start smurfing, make a new account if you want to experiment. The pros of SBMM outweigh the cons. All those 32-year-old boomers who like COD 4. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I gotta be more interesting. I see there's a lot of views that come in, but not like people don't stay as much, so I gotta be more interesting somehow. I should probably put out like good tutorials. Should try that with a bunch of art in them. Are you into any Mega Man sub series? Is Mega Man Battle Network. I I played I think two of those games, maybe one of them, and I haven't played some of the other. I really enjoyed them. It was like I remember it being like kind of a maze. but I liked it. I have to redraw all of this for night, so that's why I'm not gonna do these trees. I have to make new trees for night, so I'm not gonna like redraw everything. You mean to sustain interest across videos as far as becoming more interesting? Yeah, I mean, like, just no, like for people like in a stream, I think just to find me interesting enough to stay and watch. And also, yeah, I need to just be more interesting in these videos. I kind of have to figure out the. I try to stay more mellow in the videos, like I do like a rough cut where I just record what I say, and then I do the final cut afterwards. And what that does is make me feel. It makes it less real. It makes it less off the cuff. So there's less like emotion in it. So that's why I was like I'm very mellow or depressed sounding. Um, so like it's kind of like a push and pull. You can be like more edited and more like a better idea is conveyed, or you can be like more real. If you're good, you can do both. So yeah. In terms of streams, I don't know. Like art streams are really hard. Like even I don't watch them that much because it takes so long for anything to happen. Yeah, I'm a big Battle Network fan as well. Looking forward to Star Force Collection despite my first impression went close to 20 years ago. I wish they'd remake the 3D one. I don't think I ever played it, but I would think that's the direction they would go in next. If they're gonna bring it back and want to make a big splash. Like a 3D platformer. But I guess like a three like Mega Man are like very precision platformer. So that's really hard to do in 3D. And really annoying to do in 3D, so I'm redoing the mountain so it could look more interesting. But we'll see. Okay, what is happening here? Okay. Legends has Legend has to be next, and would be huge if the Legends 3 demo exists. I think the first changed to make your stream more interesting is the music. Yeah, I guess the music is kind of boring now, isn't it? I do have to make more music, especially to this, and it has to be like for Red Rider, it has to just be looping. What's that? What's that song? Gourmet Race. Like do 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 do. I think that's Gourmet Race. I generally got hype. I genuinely got hyped to navigate the Nintendo eShop just due to the change in music ranging from absolute bangers to just tracks from the new big Nintendo game. Right. What was the Wii Shop, right? I remember Wii Shop mixed with Hotline Bling. It's like Wii Shop Bling. That was great. That was like that was so good. Have you played Sonic and the Secret Rings? I have not. I heard it was very bad. Um, that was during some that and Sonic and the Black Knight. I heard were just really bad. Even though like I think that's where your profile comes from. Yeah, the music. Actually, no, I'll turn off the music. There's just not enough content in my games. It's a big problem. Lower the contrast down there. You know how to me looking down there. Have you played Sonic in the Sea? I assume you played a lot of them. The point with Sonic Secret Rings was that it has a main theme, Seven Rings in Hand. You hear it during most menu stage complete and the final boss. Oh wow. Oh, so it's like it's is it like it's like the anime opening they play at the end. The song could be the best track in the song series, but you need variations and not to overuse it, right? Yeah, it's the content problem because I'm also overusing this stuff for the shorts. I have to like do a refresh. Part of the reason why I'm drawing some new art. for the backgrounds for the platform fighter. Also, it's a weekend. It's the holidays, so I just guess it's like a downturn. The the anime opening they play at the end would be much better. Remember, you got to the menu a lot to listen to the same thing for over dozen hours for hearing it in Final Boss Fight, right? I remember the first time I heard that little trope was Yu Yu Hakusho, where they played Smile Bomb at the end, which is great in the anime. It was I love that. Oh, yeah, it's Helpless Smile Bomb is a great song. And just like that, I get recommended Gourmet Race from Kirby Air Riders. They really are listening. Most anime don't even use that opening for that specific episode when they use it for the ending, so there's some anticipation. I like when anime really play around with those sort of opening endings. I remember G Gundam had the has an opening, and then it has like an intro with I think the judge, and at the end they do a little different thing with it for the last episode. And as far as my opinion on Secret Rings, I like it, but I'm a weirdo who likes motion controls and mission modes. Actually, read quite well done. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I guess I was just taken up by the propaganda. Black Knight, it reviewed much worse despite being an improvement on almost every front. Community are much more kind to it, though more so for story. Okay. It's one of those cult classics. Okay, sorry. Don't take scores too literally, you'll be surprised. I don't think it was scores really. I just think at the time any Sonic game was despised, and I wasn't looking too closely into it, so didn't really make a difference. Though for the record, Secret Rings is on a 69 and Black Knight's on 64 on Metacritic. 54. Oh wow. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog on an 82, not high enough if it mattered. Yeah, I think he's been on like an upswing now. Sonic Frontiers was like a legitimately well liked game, and it beat the whole like Sonic sucks propaganda. I remember a lot of people saying it wasn't good or like all they were showing all the problems, but it was still a very fun game. So that's good. I hadn't played it. I watched someone play it, and they liked it, and it seemed pretty legit. So sorry. Sonic Frontiers 70, just 1 point above Sonic Secret Rings. To be real, I haven't played Frontiers, but it is very obvious that Sonic is on an upswing and hope they keep it up. 70 is surprising for Sonic Frontiers. Like the sentiment around, well, I mean like it's a score, but like the sentiment around the game seems a lot higher. And from what I played, it was like or what I've seen, it was a lot more it was very polished. It was surprisingly polished for a Sonic game. Like I watched my friend play it through the whole thing, and it was just it didn't break. It didn't like you didn't like run into walls or run past walls. Sorry. Lead game designer Sonic Secret Rings and Black Knight is a Frontiers director too, and also Lost World and Forces. Can't win them all. Yeah, I mean that's like Lost World is good too. I really like Lost World. It was a very different take, but I really like Lost World. I did play that. It wasn't like the fast, super fast Sonic. It was a lot more like a platformer, but I enjoyed it. Even though it wasn't what I wanted because I played Generations, though. Still really good. Generation 77, Hero 72, Unleash 60. Generation 77. I think we can't like the series for a long time while worshipping aggregate scores. I mean aggregate scores. I mean if they give Generation 77 is a crime. That's like near perfect. Literally the singular problem with Generations was that there wasn't enough levels. That's it. And even then that's like that just means I want more. Everything else was excellent. At 77. Jesus. I would like to actually, because I didn't watch like any reviews. I just played one of my friends' copies and I just bought my own after that. And can I say that is too quiet? I said the music can be a bit grating with orchestras, but silence makes someone who drops in think that the audio isn't working at all. Sorry. I just turned it off. Let me see. Let me see if this works out. 1 second. Okay, I think I can do that. All right. Sonic Riders 59. So they really do have like a tax, honestly. It seems like there's like a for game reviewers. Like there's a tax on Sonic games for scores. Do you have any prototype versions of this track which you think would be a nice compliment to loop with this? Not really. I don't really have. I didn't really like make prototypes and stuff. I just kind of worked on it as I went along. Unfortunately, I just like I don't have like a process. I just put on my phone. My phone has GarageBand, so I just kept using it. Um, I just made it over time. I just started editing it whenever I had the chance, and it's really annoying to work with the phone GarageBand, but I don't know how to work with. And like I should work with the Mac GarageBand, so. But I should work on it. I've been working on other songs. Let me see if this will actually play. Do I have any left actually? Doesn't look like it. No, that's right. I had to move them away. I had to move the files off. Yeah. Looks like I don't have any of the old songs anyway. I should just make a new loop. I'm just so bad with music and sound design in general. I'm redoing the sound design for uh Ace Under the Moonlight. I'm like adding a bunch of them because if you turn off the music, there's a lot of silence. Do you have any prototype version? Oh no, sorry, 2006, 2019. There was a score tax low key, but generally sequels and ports reviewed worse. Mm. I mean, I'm not over like Generations getting a 77. That's bro. What are you doing? What is that down there? That's a leaf. Okay. And then you got a bug. I'll put him in later. Apparently, the second worst rated game of the year on Metacritic is Fire Emblem Shadows. Hmm. I like hating on mobile games, but it may be one of the most overhated games in a while. Mhm. I never heard of Shadows. When you said mobile game, it's like, yeah, makes sense. I think actually that's good. Good enough. Let me just add some more of this. We're sitting here like detailing and detailing. It's a mobile game, sure, but it's barely better. Is barely better than Mind's Eye and worse than Game Mill Slava. I see. Oh, actually, yeah, you did say this is the worst game, the second worst game rated. Let me see. Let me see that. That's yeah, worst game of the year ranked 2025. Mobile game. Right. So a lot of stuff I haven't heard of. Mind's Eye. Wow. Oh, and it was put exclusively for non-Nintendo. Yeah, mobile. Yeah. To be clear, Metacritic collects reviews for all games that only assign score if they get 5 reviews or more. Right. And also they kind of just make up scores, right? They apply someone else's score to their 100-point score system. So some games have had perfect 100 as their well-loved niche VNs, right? Yeah, but I mean, yeah, just the end result is like Metacritic, not good. You know, shouldn't really take all like that sort of thing seriously. Yeah. It is worse than you say. There's a weighting system in the back, not just applying a score to sites with no scores. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's yeah, even more reason to not care about this stuff. It sucks that I think like, well, even like us talking about it. I think like even us talking about it, and like even how talking about some stuff about the Game Awards, like this wasn't allowed in. This was there's no reason for this to be here. Like these guys obviously don't know anything about games. That just helps them, honestly, get more audience. It's like talking about it gives it legitimacy. Like being mad about it, it acts like it has some sort of legitimacy. Unfortunately, the whole like it just gives it clout. Unfortunately, it's not so much if it's right or wrong as if you care or not. Even though it's just so made up. You gotta go for like the brand, though. Like, what's the brand of Metacritic? What's the brand of these things? What do people find appealing about them? And it's like, why would you use that much energy on that? Like, it's uh, yeah, I haven't cared for a while, but it is shorthand that pops up. GameFAQ reviews are the truth, however. GameFAQs will never let us down. Okay. Hmm. Ending stream soon? No, I'm gonna go until 6. This time it was 6. Oh yeah, I didn't put like a community note. I forgot. um, right. There's other people in the house, so I'm gonna start at 3 and at 6 for this week only. I believe that was what the thumbnail said, right? Let's just let's just check. Let's give it the old checkaroo. Yeah, 3 to 6. Yeah. Today it's come on, stop it. Today it's Radical Red Rider. And then Ace is Under the Moonlight tomorrow. You get Wreck Cleanup, new stage, and design the characters. And then next week we'll be back to regular. I assume 6 and yeah, sorry. Yeah. So in another hour. Keep forgetting I have to be more international. Sorry. I gotta go about now though. I'm busy with Christmas, so I may end up seeing you next week instead. No problem. I'll see you next week. That's right. I keep forgetting because like I don't actually celebrate Christmas. But yeah. I'll see you next week and we can do maybe some New Year's stuff. Thanks for coming though. Appreciate it. Oh, come on. Seriously. What is it with this? Like oh, wait a minute. I think I know. Yeah. Ah, come on. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That wasn't it. See ya. Have a good rest of your week. Thank you. I'll see you. I'll see you too. I'll be back, or I'll see you again Monday. Oh, Koofy. How are you? IOF? You mean IOC? How you doing? I saw your early on you chatted up here. Radical Red Rider is like the Google Dinosaur game. Yeah, it's like an infinite game, yeah. Um so this is like just let me see, let me give you let me let you see it. Um Sorry, 1 second. Uh uh Studio mode, Godot. Alright, so it's this. Oh, so you just run against these enemies. These enemies like they move in different ways. That okay, so the bee has to move. I'm realizing the bee has to move a lot more weirdly. So this just goes on forever until you die. So I'm gonna add some vampire survivor elements, maybe. Maybe some power-ups. I don't know if interrupting your gameplay like this when you have to be this active is a good idea. Ah, but yeah, that's the game. Power-ups could be yeah. I wanted to make like maybe permanent power-ups. I don't know, but like something to change up the game completely. You know. Um, Okay, this I just realized I'm doing the bark a lot. I have to move on to the rest of it. Too tired for today because it's already Christmas for me, so I just want to give like 3 ideas that didn't make the cut. Sure, I always appreciate your ideas. You also yeah, I forget that it's Christmas because I don't really celebrate. In your own words, less is more. Yep. Hmm. Glad to get some love to Afghanistan with the powerful legs. Are we gonna start? Yeah. An old-fashioned gunslinger with biomechanical guns implanted in their forearms. The idea is kind of based off my former Air Force commander. Oh wow, you're in the Air Force. That's interesting. Or one of your characters, Air Force commander. I'm been very interested in biomechanical stuff, Yeager stuff in that vein. I like his view of it. Only as a trainee in real life. Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's an interesting idea. Gunslinger with like this part of the gun. It's sort of like how you know, like arm cannon, like Samus's arm cannon, that sort of deal. Or you could do like a really weird one where his arm like opens up, like he's just kind of opens up and a gun comes out because it's biomechanical, right? Nice art. Thank you, Ilya Schwartz. How are you doing? We're gonna do this for about another. I'm gonna stream for about another hour until, for me, 6. So I joined because I had too much free time and I had no respect and anger issues. Oh, the military will get that out of you, one way or another. Maybe. Actually, I don't know about the anger issues. Did it work? Have you seen Cyberpunk Endrunners with arm cannons? I saw Cyberpunk Endrunners who had arm cannons. One of the characters, or I know like the sort of arm stuff anyway in Cyberpunk the game, because like the arm blades come out and stuff. Who had the arm cannons in Edgerunners? Do not join Air Force as a trainee. They punish all chewing on gum and spit into each other. I was the last person left to take the spit gun. What the fuck? That is fucked up. Jesus. It's like illegal. Probably illegal here. And my former commander was rich and have the trainees early Christmas money. So I kind of thought of him when I made the gunslinger. Oh, they gave you early Christmas money. Oh, that's surprising. Okay. The next idea was based off my weird ass friends during Air Force training. A voodooist idiot that makes up bullshit on the spot that somehow works because they have some voodoo related items that aren't real. Huh. So he's like a fake voodooist, but it works out anyway. Let's get to these leaves. Say this is G. No, I actually believe in it and it still works out. Oh, okay. 1 second, let me look something. And a tick belong, but more depicted as skinny, lanky, and bratty kid. What's a tick belong? What is that? Oh, it's a monster. That's interesting. It's like a horseman. 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see. Oh, so many. Uh, so these made 5 hours ago. Nice. Horseman, yeah, hype man, but they suck at hyping others, and physically hurts to hear it as a victim. A Chadian pallbearer uses maybe empty coffin as a weapon. Oh, so like Django, the original Django. A lightning god's follower with a breakable staff that transports them to the staff's position, including the pieces, and the staff repairs itself. A failed genetic clone of a dancer that was supposed to grow new organs, where the original made into a hitman due to gene failure. Okay. Sort of an interesting situation. Brain dead Hulk being controlled by a kid riding on the neck. That's like a Ferrator and Master. Who was that character from Thunderdome? But yeah, classic. A biomechanical machine made for war and construction has been turned into a search engine. It's pretty fun. Welcome back. Hey, I'm back. I'll be 30 more minutes. I wanted to see one of them. Right, Thunderdome. Thunderdome, like from Mad Max. Come on. Beyond Thunderdome. Master Blaster, that was it. Nice, I can go to the limit. Oh, there's a limit. Oh, like okay, okay, my limit. Okay. Master Blaster. So a small dude controls a big dude. It's a pretty classic setup. There's also Yu Yu Hakusho, the Togeros. He doesn't control them, he just on it. But some of these were made while listening to Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Great song. A burnt victim with joints that make every move like a gunshot. Like painful for him, or like it actually makes a gunshot. A hillbilly with insane strength and a cow hybrid. Hmm. A bored retired mafia boss with multiple broken foot bones. I mean, yeah. He just breaks them for old time's sake. He doesn't even use them. The burnt victim moves the joint so fast it makes a gunshot. I see. A pyromancer gets like weaponry. Oh, and it has a prosthetic arm that has a lighter. Oh, it's like he actually breathes it out of his mouth. Okay. A prisoner considered dangerous in alien prison and anger issues for spice. An 83-year-old grandpa with the power of prime youth. Oh, it's kind of like a Master Roshi situation, sort of. They get stronger the more happy they become based off my past grandpa. That's cute. That's a good one. That's a cute origin. Mm. I might actually. Might make the apples separate. They might be the power ups. A lightning chaser, but that wants to be struck by lightning, but instead accidentally wields it as an attack. They're covered in copper wiring. It's like a crazy person. These are really good, like, concept briefs. Maybe sometimes the fruit falls and you could catch them midair to gain the power ups. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking like it'd be in the trees and it'd fall off, and that's how you get the power up. If you're asking, I have made over 100 characters ideas in one day. So please, how many made characters do I have currently? How many characters do you have you made? Apples recover health. That could be if I put health in the game. Yeah, I could do that. I think I would have to because otherwise it'd be too hard. 50 characters that relate to a single canon. I used to have 200 until I retired 50 of them. 150 of them. Oh wow. You should make them into like a story, like a book or something. You could have like some urban fantasy stuff where they're all in this neighborhood, and this neighborhood is just chaos. Oranges definitely give a sour speed boost, so it can be a gamble if you want to take it or not. Yeah, actually, yeah. Some things that are good, some things that are bad, like the oranges or the yeah. I don't know if you play. I don't know if you played what's it called? Metal Slug, but they kind of like slowly the power ups slowly fall from the top. Basically, that's what I was thinking. I did, but it was too much. Oh, well, Metal Slug. Yes. Love Metal Slug as long as you don't have to deal with buying lives and stuff. You don't have to deal with the arcades. Because it is very hard. Rocket launcher. A bear mascot with overalls, but there's liquid flesh moving and controls the costume and making weapons out of bone and spits boiling blood. Okay, that's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but insane. Like demon. But it reminds me of Annihilation. There was a little, not liquid, but things were moving around in the bodies. To clarify the blood creation, so just made of flowing blood. Oh, okay. Still no less cursed. It's actually a Gleefear reference. Who is Gleefear? Let's find out. Oh, it's a manga. Oh, Gleipnir. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, I see the cover. It's cute. It's the hottest vor I've ever seen. That is vor, I guess. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let's put the actual apple and make sure we stay on layers. So I guess you don't really need apples, it just needs to be clean. Seven-foot tall beefed up unit in a banana costume. A convict with the curse of King Midas. Huh. See, I like the ones that present like an interesting dilemma, you know? Hmm. How do I want the leaves to look? Want to stylize them? Okay, so I gotta add the shadows now, which is the line work. So make them like nice and purple, not blue. Blue is too harsh. No, it's just like my thing. Kufi. I think like you made like some really creative ideas. So like someone could take that and get a dilemma out of it. But the ones like obvious dilemmas, I think are cool. A pronounced dead North American mercenary due to the atom shock that has to work for a big surviving company's child. And someone who's pronounced dead could be interesting, yeah. This is Ray Garson, an undead mercenary. What is that? He's got a name too. Dang, nice. This isn't dark enough. It needs to be dark. Atom shock, an incident that was caused worldwide seizures and temporary death to all civilians, and only 94% of the human population survived, and some feature zombie-like abilities or enhanced traits. Okay. Oh, so it's like a thing that happened in your world. Okay, that's cool. It's a good way to start things, actually. Just like build it all around one thing. Good thing to start a world building thing around. Like if you're a professional runner, you gain speeds up to 254 kilometers per hour after the atom shock. I'm sorry, I don't know what a kilometer is. Convert to freedom units, please. One second. 157 miles per hour. That's a lot. Now I understand. That's a whole lot. There we go. We're getting there. Purple's not a good color, but we're getting there. Oh, I think that's why. Or a genius with the capabilities to dismantle and understand any phenomenon after the atom shock. Okay. He could reverse the effects of the atom shock. A pampered genius that can foresight and make any weak spot on target with constant adrenaline to make the flaw of weaker physical power. The spear of adrenaline. Oh, so you can okay, so you can. Okay, so he can like he can see like weak spots and stuff. You can add debuffs. It's based off Zom 100 and The Walking Dead. What is Zom 100? Huh, I don't know this one. Oh, this is the guy who like really liked the zombie apocalypse. Like it only made his life better or something. Yeah, okay, yeah. I figured I remembered the concept. Last one. Yep. So we got 1 minute. Gotta go. Oppenheimer made Bomb Girl. Oh, actually, that'd be pretty crazy. That'd be a fun little alternate history. Explosion character needed. Like he's a mad scientist and he creates this explosion girl. Well, I guess like that's a good little twist on that Chainsaw Man character. Reese. Still number one. Yep. Make a genetic trait that passes on through generation, making an offspring with capabilities to love entire street with the power alone to make Bomb Girl make sense. Like MHA. All for or one for all. That was a good one. No, like a Russian plus German project. It ain't happy here. Oh, to make bomb. Okay, so it's like it's a thing for Bomb Girl. Okay. Human combustion. Okay. I think that's enough for today. I got the tree bark done, which is good. Let's probably add some more. Like, yeah. Okay. Also, that bomb girl can have that constant explosion but needs earmuffs to maintain hearing. Actually, I had like a demo girl, but she was like cute and she was like a real soft girl sort of vibe. Like she would wear like pajamas and stuff, like a big hoodie. And she was like a demolitions expert. I had an idea for that. I might draw that on stream, who knows? Okay. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be same time, 3 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for talking. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow we'll be working on some more cleaning up more rec stuff, recs and animations. Let's go. The vision is coming. Yeah, yeah. I had an idea for it, so I might do something about it. I'll see you tomorrow.